Okay, my name is Inoue. I am a KU University student, Faculty of Environmental and Informational Studies. And I just want to start off a bit big. Look at the big picture right here. And like when we try and accomplish something, I think these three key values come into our head: time, dedication, and environment. While on this topic, I just want to thank Steve and Ben and Ken and everyone who's helped me out to be on this stage as of now. And everyone here with me, I think, took their time and dedication, and we were granted this environment to nurture our ideas. And that's what I want to kind of get at with my idea: community-based share housing. I just kind of put a logo and which is called Setsu, which is connecting in Japanese, and a living environment that simulates residents to pursue their future. And that's my idea, which is kind of hard to get at, so I'll give a few examples. I'm a musician and I'm also a gamer. These two things require, I guess, sort of things that don't come in a normal house: soundproof walls or recording equipment, for example. Maybe high-speed internet or game computers. Both these things are, I guess, necessities for us to nurture ourselves and to become better at what we want to become. For me, I'm sitting here, so I guess I want to become a good entrepreneur. But the things, anyone who wants to, have a specialized field, I guess, needs their own equipment and needs their own space to grow their ideas and become their future selves. And that's what I want to help make them accomplish. My business model has two sides: the real estate side and the resident side. The first part of all of this will require me to acquire houses that can accommodate lots of people, and for it to become a share house. And then, like I said in this slide, I will need to renovate portions of the house to fit the residents' needs. All of this obviously will need a big field of some sort, so in a community that already exists or is beginning to exist in Japan. And I'll get back to that later. And then becoming intermediaries between the real estate companies and the residents. And then we go to the resident side. First of all, we'll need to filter applications in order to, create the best community possible out of our applicants. I think this is very important, and I think this Sekai Creator is one example of this. And then after that, we will rent rooms to people and equipment if it is required, and I guess this is the main portion of our income. And then creating a credit creation system so residents can file a complaint or commend their other residents so that we can continue nurturing our community. And like I said, I think we'll need an example, so I did one with the gaming community. The gaming community is growing in Japan. I think it's one of the best markets to invest in right now, with EVO, which is the biggest combat gaming tournament coming to Japan next year, and with esports and online gaming on the rise. I think I am invested in it too in my own time as a hobby, and I run multiple events every single month. I did a quick survey on Twitter which received over 20,000 impressions and 180 responses, and 80% of people answered that they were interested in living in a share house, and the biggest concern was the other residents, and that's why I want to create a credit creation system. The numbers look somewhat something like this, with people paying somewhere around 90,000 yen per month, and the initial cost being over, I guess, 13 million Japanese yen. I think this can be improved a lot with things like rental PCs and short-term stays, which are very common in share houses that exist right now. next week I will be talking to Noritaka Takezawa-san from Tokyo Hearth, and I will be reconstructing my business model based on his comments and trying to start my first house. Thank you very much.
So yeah, man, good job. So it's like niche share housing. I actually really like the share housing concept. I think it's very big, obviously, in Asia and Japan. You know, share houses are not really a thing in the United States. It's actually just for the first time ever starting to like take off there, but really slow. My biggest question would be, how do you plan to, it sounds like a niche share house, so each share house would have its own like kind of like category, so gaming or music. How do you plan to prioritize what niche to cater to?
I think that is a factor that just comes with experience. As I explained earlier, I have lots of communities that I operate within the gaming community in Japan, especially in the Kanto region. I do League of Legends, and League of Legends, which is a game, online game, with probably about more than 300,000 players in Japan, and then these kinds of events will receive a lot of reception, and I think just understanding what is popular right now and going based off that hunch, and also though I haven't provided numbers in this slide, I do have numbers on that, is just the way to go in picking these niche, I guess, communities.
Thank you for your presentation. Actually, my brother is also a gamer, so I feel kind of connected to this idea a little bit. But my kind of comment is that I'm, as a foreigner, for example, in Japan, also first like get to know the idea of shared house. But what is the most amazing part of shared house is that it connects people from very different backgrounds and different cultures. So this is why it's called like shared. So different people share this house. And you are actually trying to go more into making it less of like multicultural, into dedicating it to one type of culture. Do you see there can be a problem with that?
I do see that on one side, having a multicultural share house is a very good merit. However, like I know several bands, and both in indies and professional, that all live together, and then they're doing well because they're motivated by each other's practice and their music that they produce as well. So I want to kind of create an environment where people motivate each other, and I think things with like gaming is more or less a sport, especially when it comes to the competitive side, and that's what I want to try and make people drive. And having an environment like that allows them to practice against each other, which is a very hard thing to do as of right now. And I think that's one of the merits that we can go ahead and drive towards.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I like it. And just one more is, for example, if you create a shared house for like musicians, let's say musicians, yes. So you will be, because as I know, it's not that easy also in Japan to kind of re-innovate the houses. Like if you deal with the companies that give you the opportunity to like real house owners.
Right.
So if you deal with them, and you cannot actually reconstruct the house, just use the needs of the musicians.
Right.
So that you're just going to give them the house that they have. But how to be with the neighborhood there? Because if it's a house where so many musicians are living, neighborhood might be not very happy about that.
So there are services and facilities that enable this to become, to enable soundproof. Yamaha has like this isolated sound chamber that they can, ship into a house, and then like that can be, and that will be soundproof to, a normal studio level. So then I think it will just require, inputting those kinds of facilities into the house, and then like I guess when I mean renovating, it'll probably be on smaller scales like that, and then also implementing like high-speed internet or the other sort of item requirements that are needed to make the share house capable.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Okay, I was going to say if you don't know Tokyo Heart, you should get in touch with them, but that's the case already, so it's nice. Just quick question. The idea is to create a share house with only for musicians or only for gamers, or both together?
No, they're all in separate houses.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because the following question was how would groups with so strong cultures live together, right? But it won't be the case, so
No.
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.